Good morning. You're listening to Gowri on ASEAN.com. How is everyone today? If you have any suggestions or comments to leave on our Facebook page, you can always do so. Just go to facebook.com slash ASEAN. And you can also follow us on Twitter. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel where we upload our podcast every day. So it's a Tuesday morning, and I'm back with more news for you from all over Asia. But before that, let's just skim through the headlines to see what else is happening around the world. And the Sapahan Airlines flight 5915 crashes near the Mehrabad International Airport in Tehran, Iran, killing at least 38 people. The ESA spacecraft Rosetta reaches the comet. Official commemorations are held in Europe to mark the outbreak of the First World War 100 years ago. And let's move on to this just in news about Robin Williams. Apparently, he has died in an apparent suicide. I really hope that this is not true, that this could be just a rumor or a speculation, but it's being reported by so many sources all around the world, and it seems pretty legit, and it is a very heartbreaking news. Robin Williams is one of the greatest actors of all time. Personally, I love his movie, The Dead Poets Society, and that was such an amazing movie that I cry every time I watch it. And it's just so hard to believe this now that Robin Williams has died. Let's just keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. So moving on to our ASEAN Breakfast Call, the news commentary for today. We're kicking off with news from Selangor again, where Khalid is staying as MB. And this is reported by the Sun Daily. Tan Sri Khalid Ibrahim today said that he had received the consent from the Sultan of Selangor to continue as the Menteri Besar of Selangor, since he has the support from the majority of the State Executive Council EXCO members. Stating that he had the support of 4 past EXCO members, Khalid said, "I will meet the State EXCO members tomorrow and ask whether they are agreeable to work with me in administering the state," pointing out that state administration is separate from political administration. Khalid said, "I don't foresee any problem in terms of administration." And speaking to reporters at the Selangor State Secretariat building after a 2-hour council of the Royal Court Selangor meeting chaired by the Sultan of Selangor, Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah at Istana Klang, which began at 10 a.m. Khalid said the meeting was for him to state his position as MB after being sacked as a member of Parti Keadilan Rakyat, which is PKR. So it looks like Khalid Ibrahim is staying put, and he's got the support of the Sultan now, and he is going to fend for himself. And apparently PKR doesn't want him anymore because they said that the people voted for a PKR government. They did not vote for a Khalid Ibrahim government, and he was elected initially, of course, by all the PKR members after coming to a consensus. But now that he doesn't have the support of the PKR members anymore, it's only right that they sack him. And well, I don't know what inside problems or crisis that they're having right now, but this seems to be a pretty scandalous thing, and I think this is also tarnishing the image of PKR in a way where people are slowly getting skeptical. Is PKR just another political party that is greedy for power, and they're just trying to get as many people as they can from their side into the administration, as opposed to anyone else from the opposing party. And it seems that if Khalid is still sacked, he could possibly join PAS and work his way from there. But for now, he will still remain as the MB of Selangor, and until they come to an agreement and talk to all parties And of course, one Aziza is also said to replace him, that she could be the potential candidate to replace him as Menteri Besar if she gets the support of the people. And there's been mixed reactions about that, because she is Anwar's wife, and this could be seen as another case of cronyism, which we are trying so hard to curb in this country. And moving on to unemployed graduate teachers on the increase in the country. Many certified graduate teachers are yet to get a permanent posting. And there are more graduate teachers now, said Congress of the Union of Employees in the Public and Civil Services QPAX President Asif bin Muda during a press conference here, presenting a check to Mercy Malaysia for Gaza victims of Israeli attacks. So on another note, just a little compliment for the Mercy Malaysia for making their way to Gaza and helping out the victims, the children, the women over there. He also said that the surplus in graduate teachers arose due to lack of vacancies. To avoid the situation, he said the Ministry of Education need to employ teachers who have academic qualification, training, and skills. So this problem has been ongoing in this country for a while now. It's not just about teachers. We do have a lot of graduates, be it undergraduates or postgraduates, who are unemployed, who are looking for a job. And surprisingly, it's more of all these popular career choices, like being a teacher, being a lawyer. There's an excess amount of lawyers right now who are also unemployed. And we have been trying to address this for a while, but we don't have any concrete solution as of now. And it seems that now it's the teachers that are unemployed and waiting for their posting. And personally, I do think that we have a lot of people doing teaching, which is a good thing, but we also have to make sure that the demand doesn't go way past the supply, and then we have all these people who are unemployed and they're just waiting to get posted, and they cannot really do anything else because their expertise is in teaching. That's what they studied, that's what they majored in, and it's really hard for them to, I suppose the skill is transferable, but then again, they probably need help in that area. If they could talk to someone who knows how to go about doing it, how they can apply it in other jobs as well, and try to work out the situation while waiting for the education ministry to do something. And there's also the case of a lot of graduates from other courses, other majors, who are also trying to be teachers because they are unemployed as well, and it's because it's so hard for them to get a job. And the government sends them on a different set of training, saying, okay, why don't you just put your major aside and go for this teacher's training, and it's easier for you to get employed. But that it seems like that's not the case anymore. The teachers are now facing the unemployment problem. So I hope that this gets sorted out real soon, and the Ministry of Education will come up with something to help these teachers and all the other graduates as well who are unemployed and who are desperately looking for a job. And from there, we are moving on to Indonesia, where it's reported that Indonesia is clamping down on ISIS activities. So these Indonesian authorities are intensifying their efforts to clamp down on the activities of an Islamist group calling themselves the Islamic State. Formerly known as ISIS. Of course, the group has been banned by the government, but the country's counter-terrorism agency said Indonesians are still being lured into extremist activities. It is believed that more than 50 Indonesians have joined ISIS guerrillas in Iraq and Syria, and more are pledging their allegiance to the movement. In response, police have intensified their investigations. Police said that it is vital to prevent radical thoughts from turning into terrorist activities. And currently, foreign fighting is not criminalized, but authorities have warned those who join ISIS that in the future they could lose their citizenship and be charged under the criminal code. But the head of Indonesia's counterterrorism agency said law enforcers are not doing enough to deter these Indonesians. And this is actually a very scary thing. Anything that is done in extreme is always harmful, is always detrimental. And well, I must give credit to Indonesia though for actually speaking out against ISIS, because I think so far, apart from past, Malaysia hasn't reacted much towards whatever that's happening in Syria right now in regards to the ISIS killing of Christians. And Indonesia has been pretty vocal about it the last couple of days. They've been speaking out against it, and they are clamping down on ISIS activities. They are criticizing what ISIS is working on right now. And it seems that they're also worried about all these Indonesians joining in on ISIS activities. And like the news said, they are not happy about it, but they need to come up with more concrete procedures, more concrete actions to actually deter this. And they cannot just say, okay, this is not right, and we are banning this thing. And they need to probably enforce it in a different way, because these people are definitely they are so intense in their thinking, and they're so radical, and it's so easy for them to just turn from a normal citizen into a terrorist. And this is obviously reflecting badly on Indonesia, and especially with their recent elections, they are definitely heading for a transformation. And one of Jokowi's key agenda was actually to go for a mental revolution among the people, because he thinks that that is the way to really bring up the country, is to start with your mindset, to make people more mature, more open-minded, more a lot more liberal. And this is definitely not in line with what he wants to, not in line with the kind of Indonesia he wants to lead. And it is very dangerous, and especially the fact that 50 Indonesians have joined ISIS so far, and even more are actually considering joining the movement in the name of fighting for Islam. And I hope that they will come up with something soon enough to deter these Indonesians from going abroad and fighting together with ISIS. They probably don't, they're not even too clear about what ISIS really does, and what are their agendas, and they are probably just doing it in the name of religion. And yep. Moving on to Thailand, where they are having a little problem with their economic situation there. So the peace, order, and stagnation in Thailand, as reported by the Economist. As the economy stumbles, the junta is having an image problem. The economic mood is jittery. The economy has shrunk this year. Exports in a country that depends most on them have stopped growing. High household debt further complicates matters. Thailand is likely to be Asia's most less lackluster economy this year. Economic revival is currently the general's priority. From day one, though, General Prayut has tried to reassure his investors. He has made himself the board of investment, which has swiftly approved billions of dollars worth of pending applications. General Prayut is also leading a splurge in infrastructure spending, including on 2 high-speed railways worth 23 billion that are seen as vital future links to China. So, as we all know, Thailand is under their military junta right now, but they are, of course, striving for democracy as well. They've been trying to have an election unsuccessfully since last year, and it seems that General Prayut has given a tentative date, which is, not so much of a date, but he said that they could have an election probably in October 2015. but it's not confirmed yet. And he also said that he doesn't know what are the restrictions that he is going to be posing on the elections. So apart from that, Thailand is also facing other problems with the military junta in position now. Uh, the people have been protesting by reading George Orwell's 1984, by reading uh, by using the Hunger Games sign, and all these little ways by getting together and just reading a book, trying to voice the dissatisfaction towards the military junta right now. But even then, it seems that the military have been trying to strengthen their position. They came up with the happy song. They've been trying to give freebies to the people. They tried to screen the World Cup for free, and they're giving out even free ponies, I read somewhere. And it seems like they are trying to stay as long as they can. But this was, of course, supposed to be a temporary thing from the start. And now it's already starting to affect the economy in the country, and people are starting to get more and more wary and more skeptical about the future of Thailand and where is it heading now that the military is in charge. Are they ever going to go back to having a democracy, a democratic government? Are they going to have their elections? I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens there. And yeah, I wish all the best to Thailand. And moving on to Singapore. Singapore has also been in the headlines recently, of course, for the recent impose of the price that people are the toll rate hike, which people are not happy about, especially the Singaporean employers who rely on Malaysian workers who are uneasy over their government's increase in levy for Malaysian cars, as well as another planned increase to match Malaysia's move to slap a sharp toll rate hike on cars entering Johor, as this is reported by the Yahoo News. And the spat continues with Singapore now saying that it will match Malaysia's increase, and Malaysia's mulling a new levy system on Singaporean registered vehicles entering Johor. That's going to increase the cost to Malaysian workers. We are going to increase the salaries, said Paul Lim, who is the CEO of Singaporean security firm Servers, which employs some 100 Malaysians, told Bloomberg. And this, he said, was due to public transport, which ferries Malaysians being forced to transfer to hike to passengers. So it seems that both sides are not happy about this, and they are increasing the toll prices and making it even difficult to. Singapore used to be one of the easiest countries to go to, apart from Thailand, because we are not like one of those landlocked countries in Europe where it's so easy to just travel from one country to another, and that you live so close to the border that you can probably just even walk over to the next country. And the best that we have here is Singapore and Thailand. But even now, Singapore is as expensive as it is. It's also getting even more difficult to access with all these toll hikes that are happening, and especially in line with the ASEAN 2015 that's happening next year. And we're supposed to be an integrated community. We're supposed to be one ASEAN community. We're supposed to actually be instead of as I spoke to Dr. Leonard De Vries last week during the ASEAN Day, he actually brought up this issue and criticized both Malaysian and Singaporean government for making it difficult to enter each other country, because in line with the ASEAN 2015, we're supposed to make it more accessible. We're supposed to be closer to one another and not increasing the toll hikes and making it difficult for our people to interact, even in terms of job opportunities. And this is also not reflecting well for Singapore's tourism industry, because it's also reported by CNBC.com, where Singapore sail is no longer a top draw for tourists. And the latest figures for Singapore's tourism board showed tourist expenditure on shopping falling 6% on year during the first 3 months of 2014 to 1 billion. This pales in comparison to the entertainment and gaming sector, which surged 19% and raked in 1.6 billion. So among the comments were rising rental, labor, transportation costs, and all that adds up to the higher cost for products that makes shopping in Singapore less attractive for tourists. And I guess this pretty much supports the previous news, as expensive as Singapore already is, and with the toll hike now and prices increasing, I think it's getting even more difficult, and people have probably less reasons to go to Singapore right now. And it used to be a popular spot or a popular destination even for Malaysians to go for holidays, for Australians, and its popularity is decreasing now, and especially with this toll hike. And I really hope that they will actually reconsider it, especially uh, in for all the workers from Malaysia who are going over to work there. And I hope that it will not be so difficult for them to handle all these hike in prices, in transportation cost. So that's all that I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back in a bit for our Blast from the Grassroots session. And of course, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And I'm signing off now. See you in a bit.